Good morning. So we're in Winchester today and I'm about to go working on some geocaching adventure labs, whatever you want to call them, to get the day started. Today I'm exploring some African American history in Winchester, and then I gotta go pick up Emmett, and then we're going to head down to Belle Grove and Cedar Creek, to just explore. Never been there. One of the first archaeology digs that I did was kind of behind Belle Grove. I've got my lukewarm beverage here, coffee. But anyway, that's later today. Now we're gonna go see what we can find out about some other history here in Winchester. So this is Spottswood Poles. He was born here in Winchester. Spottswood played on started with the Harrisburg Giants in 1906. Baseball player. He went on to Philadelphia and played most of his career with the New York Lincoln Giants. During the First World War, he was attached to the Harlem Hellfighters. He earned five battle stars and a Purple Heart. Then after the war, he started his own taxi service and lived out the rest of his days in California. He's buried in Arlington, but born here in Winchester. That's pretty incredible. So Robert Orrick was an African American who began a freight hauling business before he became free in 1863. Became one of the first African American men to carry U.S. mail. And he owned this here stone house, which is right behind me and really hard to see, which he bought in 1891, and he owned a livery right here. This is in downtown Winchester. Pretty rad buildings around here. So I ran out of time in Winchester, so now we're gonna go to Belle Grove and Cedar Creek and see what we can see there. Yeah, I'm not really into house tours, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing a house tour, but let's see what else we can do. Righty? Mm-hmm. Right. What you got back there? Croissant. We stopped at the Cedar Creek Belle Grove Visitor Center, which is kind of hard to believe where it is, but I'll show you in just a second. And I'm going to check out the sign. Of course, there's a map of the battlefield and everything. The visitor center is in this like nondescript strip mall kind of thing, right? Like there's a barber shop here. Pretty incredible. Like, yeah, let's go see what else we can find here.
Although the main Confederate line along Miller's Lane continued to hold, and the Confederate right repulsed the Union attack against them, disaster quickly unfolded along the Confederate left. With their flank turned.
So this is the St. Thomas Chapel. During the war, the Confederates used it as a hospital, and then Union troops under Phil Sheridan removed the Confederate wounded from the hospital and turned it into a stable. Broke out all the windows. And it seems like a decent thing to do. A good portion of the battle was fought right here. And that's the heater house there. According to the thing I read, the House supported the secession from the Union, while the lady of the house did not. Both of their sons fought for Virginia, and were in the cavalry, and they were both killed during the war. So I decided to stop at Belle Grove.
Can go in.
Check out Belle Grove.
Can go in. Open. I go in.
Emmett, what is this? Emmett, what is this? It's the coolest thing ever, right? It's a Dr. Pepper machine.
Sorry, hit the button.
There's a corn crib. You put your corn in here. Look at this. It's beautiful out here. I wish we had more time, but we've got other appointments this afternoon. We're gonna go look at the house though. So we just taken a presentation by Ranger Rick, who's very nice. Lasted about 15 minutes, told us all about the Battle of Cedar Creek, which happened here. And of course, that's Massanutten Mountain there, and Signal Knob, and some Belle Grove outbuildings. And of course, this is Belle Grove, which was owned by Isaac Height and his wife Nellie Conway Madison Height, the sister of President James Madison. They owned 270 some slaves over the course of 60 or 70 so years. And this plantation grew to about 7,500 acres. And of course, those nearly 300 people worked all of the land. Okay, so this morning we're out at Winchester doing some stuff. Oh my gosh, would you guys look at this? This is like a real life haunted mansion, right? Look at that place. Oh my goodness gracious. So creepy. What do you think, Finn? Creepy.
It has crows.
It has crows. It's beautiful. But oh my gosh, if there was ever going to be a haunted mansion, that could be it, right? GPS. Look at these old buildings. Whoa, fire truck. Come on, Finn. Fire station. I love this building with the green and the blue here. It's pretty awesome. Old stone buildings, I love it. Oh, oh! The tomb of Lord Fairfax. For real? Thomas 6th Lord Fairfax of Cameron. Born at Leeds County in Kent, England. Leeds Castle County at Kent, England. Died in the Northern Neck. Huh. Brought here in 1828 and reinterred in 1925. That's something. What do you think about that, Finn? Cool. The tomb of Lord Fairfax. Interesting perch bird. Interesting statue. Major General Daniel Morgan. Fought everywhere, beaten nowhere. there's the old stone church, right? Which was erected in 1788. Eventually it became a school for African American children in 1890 something, and then it became the Frederick Douglass School in 1916. Imagine what's gonna happen when you tax our whiskey. 1796.
Daddy, you saw that dog?
So, stopped here. This is part of the Battle of Cedar Creek. This is where Sheridan arrived on the scene. What's fascinating to me is, like, you always think of George Armstrong Custer as being associated with the West, and you know, the Battle of Little Bighorn, but he was here. He was right here. Also, President William McKinley was right here. Of course, he wasn't president when he was here. He was just a soldier. But William McKinley, future president, right here during the Battle of Cedar Creek. What a beautiful place. Holy moly. So this is a cemetery, quite possibly belonging to the Nieswander family, which lived just over there. So this field here is actually where Wesley Merritt and his cavalry unit camped out right around the time of the Battle of Cedar Creek. And one of my first archaeological digs was here. We walked this field looking for artifacts. We dug a couple of shovel test pits. We walked around with a metal detector, a guy using a metal detector, and we found all kinds of bits and baubles of packs and harness and saddles, and lots of mini balls. We actually found some that still were in the paper wrapping and had just looked like they had fallen right out of somebody's pouch and were sitting right there on top of the ground. Paper intact 160 years later. I don't know how much we can see of the Nieswander's site, but I also dug there. That's over there. That way. We'll go see. I'll go drive down there, but I don't. So all of this is going to become quarry. Apparently the limestone here makes really good kitty litter. So we're gonna go check that out. So yeah, this is the Nieswander's fort site, or was at least. And the Nieswander's fort was one of the earliest, or one of the early homes in the valley. And they call them forts. They're really just homes, right? And it stood over there. But this quarry is coming in, and they are using the limestone that's under the ground as kitty litter. So the Nieswander's fort site has to go. So I spent a very snowy day. It was actually snowing when I was out here digging, which was insane. It wasn't sticking to the ground, but it was just coming down like crazy. And we spent a day digging here. Didn't find a whole lot, because this is what happened when in the 60s, when the National Historic Preservation Act was passed. The people that owned Nieswander's fort at the time bulldozed it because they were afraid the government was coming to take their building, like they took Shenandoah National Park and all the land on Shenandoah National Park. So they bulldozed it and just destroyed everything. So we were finding, on the top of the ground, we were finding artifacts from the 1700s laying on top of the ground. And then you'd dig a little bit underneath it and you'd find artifacts from 1982. So the context was all kinds of crazy. So we had dug like this giant pit, probably 3 or 4 feet in the ground. And you know, at the 3 or 4 feet underground, we were finding bottle caps from the 70s, 1970s, not the 1870s. So that was something. And then just to think that it's all going away because it's coming kitty litter. It's like destruction on top of destruction. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. But that's some of my history. So if you know the Battle of Cedar Creek, this is where the fatal halt occurred, where Jubal Early let his Confederate soldiers take a break and gave Sheridan enough time to move into position and the Union forces to reconcentrate and reinforce, and pretty much right here is where Jubal Early lost the Battle of Cedar Creek. It allowed Sheridan to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Check out this house and these ruins of this brick building here. The old gate, old fence, old stone fence. Pretty rad. So I happened to see this spot on the side of the road. It's the Wayside Inn in Middletown, and it's reportedly super haunted with friendly ghost.
Well, maybe evil ghost.
Friendly ghost.
It
It's been
will
here
be.
since the late 1700s.
And maybe some evil ghosts.
You think there's evil ghosts in there?
In the attic because of haunted mansion.
I don't think so, Finn.
The bug going inside.
We just want to take a look at it while we're cruising through the town. Look, Stonewall Jackson was here.
I'm gonna pay attention to the code.
That's pretty cool. What do you think, Finn? Do you see the ghost?
Hold on, we gotta get it. Please use nothing to. Daddy, can we get close to the curtains? Right there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You saw the ghost open the curtain?
Yes.
Oh yeah?
Just keep an eye on the curtains.
Free Slurpee Day. So what? What you got, boys?
I got Mountain Dew, cherry, and Coke.
Well, what you got, Em?
Red and cherry.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called again?
And Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Good stuff.
What
7-Eleven.
did you
Free
get?
Slurpee Day.
What did you get?
What did I get? Cherry, Mountain Dew, Dragon Fruit?
And what did you get on TV?
Who? Yeah, that's a good idea. What did you get? Did you go to 7-Eleven? Let us know below in the comments. Hit us up. I think that's going to do it for today.
Yep.
We'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other stuff.
See ya!
See ya!
See ya!
See ya.